But yeah, appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna be looking at a bunch of stocks live. If you got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know in the chat. And yo, what's up for you guys watching this on the YouTube replay? We're gonna be looking at a lot of stocks live. I appreciate you, and I'll do a stock portfolio update. We are officially green year to date now. We're up 2% year to date. Here's my main dividend portfolio. Every stock in here pays a dividend. I just like being completely transparent. Show you every stock I own, how much I'm up and down on them. We're still down on Google. We're down on United Health. You dude, United Health. Is beginning to hurt. And same, the only stock really down is Kroger. A lot of the grocery stores got hit today. So Kroger fell. But yeah, Roth IRA was down on the day. Yeah, we've had our Roth IRA for just under a year and it's not done too good. But yeah, anyway, let me show you my other accounts because here's my main, or this is my risk on portfolio. We're down 1% all time in here, of course, like I showed Zoom, UiPath, AMD. But we do have some winners like Dave, Disney's been doing good, Robinhood, SoFi, and like Sprouts Farmers Market, this is another grocery store. They're down 3% on the day. So a lot of the grocery stores, the safety stocks, got hit today, which was interesting. And then we also have my buy and hold portfolio. Pretty much once I buy a stock in here, again, I tell myself I'm pretty much never going to sell it. So all these stocks in here I've been holding for a very, very long time. Like especially this one right here. I mean, this is why you don't listen to me. You want a dollar cost average into some safe stocks. Yo, Orsted, what's up? He said, what do you think Google hits this week? Yo, let's go check out Google stock. Yeah, I do own this one, by the way, in my dividend portfolio. Every stock I have in this account pays a dividend, but most of these are like dividend growth companies. So yeah, I am still down on my Google. We're down 1.83%, but let me show you why I just love this company. It's like a perfect buy and hold, for the long run kind of company. Google trades at 18 times net income, so a very fair valuation. Google's trading at 17 times net income, and look at this net income right here. I like looking at the actual fundamentals. Google made 34 billion of net income just in the most recent quarter. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of net income, and they actually expanded their net margins. Margins grew, so that's the good news about Google. So I do like them. Yo, Blue said, "What's up, dude? Do you know why SoundHound AI went up today?" So yeah, this is an interesting company. So they were up 22% on the day. Here's what I like to look at. Here's why a lot of people really like this stock. If you look at their subscription service revenue, this is what's super interesting. Like this is real growth. Like a year ago it was 600,000, but now it's 30 million just in the most recent quarter. And at this growth rate, what's their subscription revenue going to be this time next year? And that's all like reoccurring revenue. But they did also this was a one-time adjustment. It says they made net income. They didn't actually. They actually lost 48 million of net income. So we really want to see Sound on AI get profitable. But yeah, I think they went up 22% on the day just because a lot of tech stocks or just a lot of stocks rallied today. Like if I go to my main watch list right here, let's see what moved up the most. So Affirm, the buy now pay later stock, Shopify, dude. Shopify is such a cool company. They're up 14%. Krispy Kreme's up 13. Pinterest was up 12. I mean, yeah, a lot of random like Snapchat. Dang, Build a Bear Workshop was up 11. So actually, let me actually I wanted to look at one of these stocks real quick cuz they're pretty interesting. Yeah, Shopify. I'll be quick about this one. This is a Kathy Wood. Oh yeah, we'll look at SoFi as well. What's up? Yo, what's up, Two Trick? How's it going? Yeah, I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. What's up, guys? So, I wanted to go to where's Kathy Wood's portfolio. This is a Kathy Wood stock I really like is Shopify. 4% of her portfolio is in Shopify, and here's why they deserve all the hype around them. You go to Shopify's annual revenue right here. I mean, this is some impressive growth. I mean, in 2018, it was a billion, but now for the full year 2024, it was 8.8 billion. I mean, this is some incredible growth, and it's not just the sales, it's also the profits here. Like if you go to free cash flow right here, that's what FCF stands for. Look at these like 500 million of free cash flow a quarter. The net income is really impressive as well. They had a one-time adjustment making their net income go negative because they actually made net income. Monster balance sheet. So yeah, I do like Shopify is a good growth company. Yo, what up, Glenn? New Gold. What's up, dude? Yeah, Gold's done pretty amazing. It did fall on today. Yo, what is that a ticker symbol? Yo, what is New Gold? But I can look at gold. So here's SoFi Technologies. Let me go back to my position right here. SoFi, I do own 24 shares of them. We're up 134% right here. They're up 6% on the day. But here's what I really like about SoFi Technologies. This is the most impressive part, is the financial services revenue growth. Yo, Sahid, what's up, dude? Yeah, hey, this is a brokerage right here. If you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the first link there. It's called Mumu. But it's a brokerage. But look at their financial services business. It's up 101% year over year. Oh, dude, Sahid, thanks so much for the 24 roses. I really appreciate you, dude. Thanks so much for the 24 roses. You're so kind. But yeah, the financial services revenues at a record. The lending revenue is also up 25% year over year to a new record. And they're also net income positive now. A lot of people didn't like them because they were burning net income every quarter, but now they're making net income every quarter. So yeah. Um, do you like Amazon? Yeah, dude, I love Amazon. I do own some of them. I got 11 shares of them right here. And Amazon was up 8% on the day. Look at this crazy gap up. I mean, just out of nowhere. Obviously, the Trump trade deal is why. Yo, was said QMMM. I've never heard of this company. Let's check them out though. Dang, the stock has not done too good. So, ooh, here's what I'd stay away from. If you check this out, the whole company is worth 18 million. If you look in the top right, the whole company is worth 18 million. So this is a very small company. And looks like they're not making net income. The sales are only 2 million for the full year 2024. I mean, nothing's really blowing me away there. Looks like the balance sheet is decent, but it's not much. 5 million of cash, basically. They probably issued shares for that. Yeah, nothing's really blowing me away there. I'd be super careful. What's the best S&P 500 ETF? They're all this one has the lowest expense ratio, I believe. It's ticker symbol VOO. It's run by Vanguard. There's 1.33 trillion assets under management just in this ETF. So, yeah, this is the main S&P 500 ETF, VOO. How do we feel about Victoria's Secret? Yo, what's the ticker symbol on that one? I forget. Is it like love or I don't remember. The what's the ticker symbol for Victoria's Secret? We'll check that one out. But yeah, I'll show you Amazon real quick. SPLG is better. Oh, yo, what's up, Eric? Yo, we'll look at SPLG. I think it's like I think it might have a lower expense ratio. I'm not sure. Or like the stock price is lower. But anyway, here's Amazon real quick. I like this one because of this net income growth. I mean, look at this. They're now easy making 13 to 20 billion of net income a quarter. I mean, super impressive net income on Amazon. They have their Amazon Web Services business. Like, this is actually the most valuable part of Amazon, the AWS business. It brings the most net income to the company. So Amazon, great buy and hold. An innovative company as well. They're competing with a Starlink now, which is crazy. By the end of this year, you'll be able to have satellite service from Amazon, is what they're saying. Yo, what's up, Honest? How's it going, dude? Good to see ya. Yo, and here's SPLG. Yeah, this is only $68. They only have 63 billion AUM, but it's the same S&P 500 strategy, same top holdings: Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta. I'm a beginner. Should I sell everything and rebuy? Well, that's like trading. So I mean, I just like to buy and hold for the. Yo, what's up, Nathan? Yeah, what's up, dude? We do got the same name. Here we go. Oh, it's VSCO for Victoria's Secret. Okay, bet. Let's look at this company. Y'all know like the girl underwear stock or whatever. Let's check them out. So they're trading at 10 times net income. That's actually a very fair valuation. I mean, 10 times net income. Let's see how their sales are doing. So the sales are kind of flat since like 2021. I mean, they haven't really gone anywhere. What about net income? Are they making so actually, yeah, if you average out the 4 quarters, they're making like 50 million plus a net income a quarter, which is the good news. They're deleveraging, which is also good news. And the valuation's just really cheap on them. They don't pay a dividend. I want to see if they're doing stock buybacks. I mean, are their margins falling? Let me see. So, and no, their margins are kind of growing, so not too terrible there. Can you check STAI? What's this one? So Scantech AI Systems. So this is one of the super small market caps. Like if you look in the top right, $50 million company. That's a super small market cap. So it's hard for me to trust. Maybe a fun swing trade, but dang, look, just in the most recent quarter, this company lost 23 million. Look at this balance sheet, bro. 210 million of liabilities with no assets. So this is a company I definitely stay away from. I can see why they're at all-time lows. You know what? I'm gonna add this one to the watch list to maybe short them in the future if they have a little rally of some sort. Check Santander AI. Yeah, dude, they were up a stupid like 22% on the day. Look at this. Um, this company, you're really watching the subscription revenue growth here. I love subscription model companies. Like, and just look at the growth here. A year ago it was 600,000. Now it's 30 million. At this growth rate, what's it going to be this time next year? Next time tomorrow, next quarter. So that's the really interesting thing. We also want to see them get profitable. But what do you think about GRRR? What's up, Two Trick? Oh, yo, Adrian, what's up, dude? We'll look at House SoFi. Yeah, I think they're up like 7% on the day. We'll look at Oklo as well. Um, the stock is pretty low right now. Usually goes up around Christmas. Yeah, Alex. It looks like that's their best quarter as well. So here's Gorilla Technologies. So another really small one, $355 million company. But let's see here. They actually in the most wait, that's from 2023. Wait, so do they sell anything right now? I'm not seeing any revenue. Uh, full year 2024. Well, hey, I mean, for the full year 2024, it was 100 million. That's actually a record amount of sales. Um, that fell. I've got to do some more research on this company. Like they seem to be doing pretty decent. I mean, maybe there's some good news that I don't know about. That probably wasn't too helpful. I do apologize there. But so yeah, Adrian, what's up, dude? How's it going, yo? Yeah, stocks are doing great today. Again, don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. We're down. I like to show my winners and my losers here. Like we're actually down all time. I don't know what I just clicked there. Oops. We're actually down all time in this portfolio. Just barely though. But let me go back to SoFi Technologies. I'll be quick about this one because we already kind of looked at them. But I'll show you the good news here about SoFi Technologies. They're making net income every quarter and they're growing the fundamentals. Like if I look at just their financial services revenue, it's more than doubled. It's up 101% year over year. I mean, that's an impressive growth rate. It's doubled from the previous year. The lending revenue is up 25% year over year. So and then the net income is positive every quarter. So, yo, what's up, John Johnson? How's it going, dude? Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. I'd also appreciate if you drop some likes on the stream for me. I don't sell anything, by the way. I don't have a course, book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram. Literally none of that. Just on here, give my opinion. Can you check out XLE? What's up, Sergio? So the only thing I do have is a YouTube channel. So if you want to help me out, my YouTube channel is called Nathan Roberts in the link tree in bio. I'd appreciate if you watch the stream from there. But here's the XLE. This is an energy ETF. So yeah, look at this. It's basically a lot of energy stocks. If you don't know whether to buy Chevron or Exxon, just buy the ETF. It has all of them. I love all these holdings like Schlumberger. They have EOG Resources. I used to own a lot of EOG Resources. I've kind of been trading in and out of them for a while. But EOGs are really all these companies are great. So I like that ETF. Can you check OKLO? So this is the nuclear startup right here. So I think this company, I'm pretty sure doesn't sell anything right now because they're a startup. Yeah. So if you look at the revenue right here, they don't sell anything. So it's kind of tough to buy this one. It's kind of speculation. They're losing net income every quarter and they've never sold a product or a service, but they make those nuclear reactors that are like very small and like local. So I'm curious to see how what their product is. I actually own the largest nuclear energy stock. Instead of buying the startups, I kind of like CEG. And you know what? I'm glad I bought CEG. We were just negative on this position. This stock was literally 170. On April 4th, this stock was 170. Our average cost is 200, so we were red on our position. But now we're up 38%, literally just in like 1 month, this stock is up 36%. So, yeah, this is the largest nuclear energy stock. I like this one personally. They own 50% of all the US nuclear energy reactors. So, that's actually now my second largest holding in here, past McDonald's today. So, pretty cool. Yeah, we hit all-time highs today. Yes, sir. Actually, if we this Mumu portfolio specifically, it's never been over $16,000. Year to date, we're up 12%. I almost don't believe it. I almost don't believe it. We're up 12% year to date. So yeah, our buy and hold strategy portfolio has been crushing it. Nice. How's QBTS today? Oh yeah, the quantum stocks. You know what? Let me go to the quantum stock watch list right here. So let me show you guys this. So the quantum computing stocks, where's QBTS? Here it is. So this stock, they were down on the day, but they had an incredible rally on earnings because they did look at that insane rally. If we go to what the analysts were expecting, they were expecting just 10 million of revenue, but they reported 15 million. And they lost less net income than expected. So that was the good news. You can kind of see how the revenues jumped up there. So QBTS has been an interesting quantum stock. My favorite quantum stock personally is Google. And Google, they have the money and the talent to be the industry leader. They already have their own quantum chip too. What? Oh yeah, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio. First link there. Let's see. It's a brokerage. What thoughts on Coin? Oh yeah, Coinbase. That's Kathy Wood loves this one. They're up 9% in the after hours market. That must mean Bitcoin's going crazy. Let me look at Bitcoin. Oh, maybe not. So there must have been some good news around Coinbase. They're up 10% after hours. Here's their data here. They have 9.7 million monthly transacting users. So that's a very interesting stat about Coinbase. And yeah, look at the bottom line here. They usually have those one good quarters, but if you average out the 4 quarters, they're making like 400 million of net income a quarter. So they're an extremely profitable company. The free cash flow just went negative for some reason, but no big deal if you average out the 4 quarters. So yeah, Coinbase really just follows whatever Bitcoin does, but I really like them. So yeah. Let's go. Oh, what's up? LLOY. What's this one? Yeah, what's up, John? Let's check it out. Wait, LLOY. Lloyd's Group. It's a UK stock. So I think it's this right here, Lloyd's Banking. So let's see. Stocks pretty much at an all-time high. So nice. These Yep, these banks usually pay a nice dividend. So check that out. You get a 4% dividend, qualified dividend. That's basically 1% of your money back a quarter. Let's see the net income right here. So yeah, this. Oh, this is you're right. This is in British. So we'll switch it to US dollars. And in US dollars, easy. They're making easy over 1 billion of net income every quarter, and the dividend costs like 500 million. So yeah, that one's done great. Nice. Take two. What up, Hazard? Haphazard. What's up? Take two. So yeah, this is the GTA 5 stock. Or actually, GTA 6 is about to be released. This is the stock that owns Rockstar Games, and the stock's pretty much at an all-time high. I don't think the risk to reward actually looks too good on this company right now to buy them. But they own Rockstar Games, and I think they own The Sims as well. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens to the revenue when they release GTA 6. I think they said it was going to be slightly delayed. WRTG, what's this one? What's up, Tyler? WRTG. Yeah, I typed that stock and I can't find that one, unfortunately, my friend. What do you think of Way? WAY. What's up, Joe? What's up, dude? So, yeah, let's check them out. They're a $7 billion company. I just like looking at the financials and the fundamentals here. So let's see, how's their revenue doing? Well, wait, let me go down here. So the revenue's up 15%. What about net income? So yeah, they're making net income now, which is great news. So yeah, that means they're growing their margins, 11% margins now. That's great news, actually. They don't pay a dividend, which makes sense. So I can see why the stock's actually done pretty decent because they're finally making net income. They have a really good balance sheet. They're deleveraging. Wow, that's really nice, actually. So the cash from operations is 5x. I mean, this is really nice, actually. So that's an interesting one. They're like a mid cap. GTA stock all-time high before GTA 6, I know. Ganador, hey, this is a brokerage. If you want to get this app right here, it's in the link tree in bio. What do you think of GSH? These are some weird ticker symbols, but I'll check them out though. Goosehead Insurance. I know a lot of insurance stocks have been doing great. So let's check out Goosehead Insurance. So they're a $4 billion company. Where do they do their revenue? So all in the US. Interesting. Let's see. They're profitable. Hey, that's actually really good news. Look at that. They're making net income every quarter. So that's the good news. A bit of a leveraged balance sheet. I don't know why their liabilities just popped up right there. But hey, I like that they're making net income every quarter and free cash flow. So the stock hasn't done too good, but they did just pay a dividend, huh? Was that like a special dividend? They paid a $6 special dividend. Could they even afford to do that? That was 6% of the entire company. Let me go to EPS. They should not have. They couldn't afford to do that. So maybe that's why the liabilities went up. I'm not sure. But I'm new to trading. Would you recommend Coinbase? Yo, Coinbase as a stock or as a platform? I don't have Coinbase as a platform, so I can't really give you an opinion on that. I mainly just like I like Robinhood and Moomoo right here, these brokerages. So let me sip my tea real quick. Here's an yeah, if you guys got any stocks I'm gonna look at, let me know. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. Okay, so essential utilities. Let's see. So they're an $11 billion company. These utilities usually don't outperform the market in the long run, but this is a very fair valuation. 18 times PE, regulated water. So yeah, they just well, look at that consistent, steady growth. I mean, that's actually very impressive how it's just so steady. What about the regulated natural gas? I mean, usually they get like regulated returns, like from the government. So they're making net income every quarter. That's good. They have a 3.3% yield, safe payout ratio. Yeah, it's a decent utility stock, actually. I think VPU is a utility ETF. So yeah, here's the whole utility ETF right here, VPU. Here are the top ones by market cap, like NextEra Energy, Southern Company. We use Southern Company, Duke Energy, Constellation Energy. Dude, Constellation Energy, I own them as well. So yeah, those are some of the bigger names there. Let's see. Pony AI. Yo, what's the ticker symbol for that one? Yeah, Coinbase is for crypto. Yeah, you're right, honest. Pony AI. Is that just ticker symbol Pony? Let's see. Yeah, ticker symbol Pony. So this company just IPO'd. Wow, look at this rally in the past couple of days here. I mean, they've literally went from 4 to 21. Geez, so they 5x. That's crazy. Let's see. So the virtual driver, engineering solutions. I see because they just IPO, they literally just went public 6 months ago. I can't really look at their financials, which is unfortunate. But they have a monster balance sheet. Looks like no debt, lots of cash on hand. So I gotta wait till we see more numbers there. Ooh, Netflix. What's up, Kenny? Oh, sorry. There we go. Let's look at Netflix right here. So Netflix, a lot of people said this was a tariff-resistant stock, and that's why I think they're down on the day. Now that all the tariffs are pretty much going away, I mean, they're barely down though. This looks like a normal little healthy retrace that they're having. This stock has done phenomenal. I mean, and they kind of the valuation's high right now, but they might deserve it. Like, look at their premium subscribers. It went from 282 million to 301 million. So they have over 300 million premium subscribers. They make just insane net income. I mean, literally 2 to 3 billion of net income every quarter. The free cash flow is just as strong. I mean, they're growing their subscriber count. They make per month per user $11.69. So yeah, Netflix is a great subscription company. Also Netflix is doing good. Same with if you heard of like Disney Plus, Hulu, that's owned by Disney. They own part of Fubo now, or they own 80% of Fubo. Disney's had a nice little recovery, but Disney's been dead money for 10 years. I mean, Disney's the same stock price that it was back in 2015. So yeah, I do own a little bit of them though. I'm glad I bought them. I bought them in April. So let's see here. Um, Check out QUBT. Yeah, that was the quantum stock. I mean, here we'll look at it real quick. QUBT. So yeah, this is like one of the main like quantum computing stocks. They're up 6% on the day. Let's see. But the revenue, like this is the thing why I just don't buy these quantum stocks like QUBT. If we look at their financials here, like I get that it's going to grow in the future, but they sold $62,000 in the most recent quarter. Like they don't have any intellectual property, no patents or anything. Sales are 63,000 and they lost 50 million just in the most recent quarter. So, I mean, I'm just staying away from them. Like, but those are good like swing trade stocks because they're so volatile right now. But that's not a great buy and hold for the long run company, I don't think. Do you own any coin? I do not. But Coinbase stock is an interesting one. It follows Bitcoin. But here's if you want me to look at them, I got you. Here's Google right here. Here, I'll go. I haven't shown this in a while. Here's my main taxable account, by the way. This is where my main every stock in here pays a dividend. And we do own Google in here. Google, we're still down on them. We're down 1.79% on Google. But I think this is a great just buy and hold for the long run company. Don't ever like sell this one. Like no reason to trade it. Just hold it. They traded a dog cheap 17 PE. I mean, historically, that's super low. I mean, they own Android, YouTube, they have the Google Cloud, they have their own quantum chip, Waymo. I mean, look at just the Google Cloud business. I mean, there's so many mini businesses inside one. I mean, YouTube is huge, Android is, the Google Play Store, the fees. They made 34 billion of net income in the most recent quarter. Ridiculous. So I'm not selling that at Google. I think that's a great buy and hold. So let's see here. Do you trade options? Not really. I mainly just like to buy and hold shares. Some stocks I hold though, like here in my Weeble portfolio, they're so risky that they move like call options, like a AMD, UiPath, Enphase Energy. So yeah, this is like my risk on portfolio. So I typed in QMCX or QNCX. Sorry. Quince Therapeutics. So let's check the market cap. So yeah, I don't like these small market cap names. Yeah, this stock I almost don't want to go over it. They're only worth 45 million. They lost 12 million in the most recent quarter and they don't sell anything. This is a startup. Please don't buy this stock. They've literally never sold a product or a service. They're not even FDA approved on their product. They lost 20% of the company in the most recent quarter of net income. So they need to get FDA approved for whatever they sell. But yeah, I'd absolutely stay away from that one probably. MU, Micron, and yeah, dude, we could look at GameStop as well. Yeah. So here's Micron Technologies. This is like an Nvidia competitor. They do computer networking, and look at the growth here. This is what I love about them. The computer networking revenue is up 108% year over year. I mean, that's some stellar growth. And the storage business units up 53%. And if we just go to the net income right here, they're finally making net income every single quarter. When if you scroll out to last year, they were losing net income every quarter. So they really turned the business around. So yeah, I do like that one. They're a nice dividend growth company, I think. Do you have a Roth IRA? I do. My Roth IRA is super tiny though. If we go back to Robinhood here, here's my main taxable account, and then right here is my Roth IRA. I started it less than a year ago. It's basically $1,000, but yeah, Kroger was down on the day. This is like a grocery store. A lot of the grocery stores, the safety stocks got hit today. Like the same with McDonald's. McDonald's was down on the day when tech was super green. Like Meta was up 8%. That's crazy. 8% day for Meta. United Rentals is up a good 6%. Yeah, here's my total percent change on every stock. The only stock we're down on is Google and United Health, which United Health has been getting wrecked. A lot of the healthcare stocks have. But yeah, yo, Samuel, what's up, dude? He said CPRX. Yeah, I own that one here actually in my Weeble portfolio. Now, this is a company, in my opinion, with incredible fundamentals. And I bought the stock at an all time high, and I don't mind doing it because they're trading at 16 times net income, which is very fair. Look at this net income growth. Then they had a one-time adjustment there. That's why it was negative. But the net income was a record 56 million. Look at this balance sheet, dude. No debt on this company. I think like 25% of the market cap is just their cash because they have 508. Look at this cash, record amount of cash, 580 million. And if I go to the debt here, the total debt says zero because they have no debt. So anyway, the fundamentals, that's a great financials play. I've actually made a few YouTube videos about CPRX if you want to check them out. My YouTube channel is in the link tree in bio. It's called Nathan Robert. Um, if you, by the way, I don't sell anything. I don't got a course book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, just a YouTube channel. So let's see here. Google Class A or C. Yo, I like either one. It doesn't make a difference. What do you think about Dave? Yo, this is a company I literally bought in April. You can see my buy position. I bought 7 shares in April, and I'm already up 112% on them. I don't believe it. They just reported incredible earnings. Like they beat expectations out the park. Like beat expectations by 80%. They deserve the all-time high. But it's tough to buy them right now because the valuation, they the risk to reward doesn't look too good as it did a couple weeks ago. But I love that company. I actually just made a YouTube video about that as well. So here's Palantir. Yo, Palantir stock. This is like the ultimate AI play. I mean, check out Palantir's government revenue. Government's half their business. And check this out. The government revenue is up 45% year over year. Incredible growth. Nearly every police station uses Palantir. Also, if you go to the commercial business, the commercial revenue is up 33% year over year. That's with like S&P 500 companies. They're making net income every quarter, record net income, incredible balance sheet, literally no debt. Literally no debt on this company and how much cash? 5.5 billion of cash on Palantir. They're in my debt-free watch list. If I actually go to right here, zero debt. These are all the stocks I found that have no debt, like Pinterest, Opera, DocuSign, Yelp, Reddit. All have no debt, which is pretty cool. Let's see, what is KKR? What's this one right here? Let's check it out. So this is KKR. Wow, they're a huge company, $111 billion company. So let's check this stock out. Do they pay a dividend? They do. You get a 0.6% dividend yield. Let's see what they do. So they're an insurance business. So yeah, insurance has been huge. Um, let's see, and they're an asset manager, so they manage some assets. How's the net income looking? So the sales looks like they have like a huge jump in revenue right there that one quarter. So it says the revenue's down 67%. It's a tough comparison, but they're making net income every quarter easy, like 6 to, to 1.5 billion a quarter, like 600 million to a billion a quarter. So yeah, I like the insurance companies. Like Progressive's a great one. Hey, I'm 16. Do you think putting all my money into a S&P 500 is a good idea? Yeah, dude, the S&P 500, absolutely. Stay away from the risky stuff like the S&P 500, in my opinion. Not financial advice here. That's a great thing to just buy and hold for the long run. You should just get 7 to 8% of your money back a year. So someone said super microcomputer. Hey, Adrian, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate you, dude. I'll follow you back. But here we go. We wanted to look at super microcomputer. I do own this one. I don't own too much of them. Like with these risky companies, you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in them. But I do own 10 shares of super microcomputer, and they just sell a commodity, servers and storage racks. But the revenue's up 59% year over year. But here's the bad news: the net income fell. So that's kind of the weird part. Net income fell 72%. So their margins have collapsed. Look at that. They only have a 2.3% net margin now, which is very bad. I'm going to see them start to grow their margins, but I do own a little bit in them. Um, it's my yo Ulysses. What's up, dude? Let's go. Yeah, dude, let's go. The market's gone crazy. I see TikTok got banned again. Yeah, free me. I can't stream on that account, so I'm streaming on the backup account right now. Yeah, yep, free. What's up, K-Dude? Yo, Constellation Energy, another great day in the market. So here's Cloudflare right here. Cloudflare, if you don't know, 20% of all global internet traffic. So 20% of the entire internet goes through of internet traffic goes through Cloudflare in one way or another, which is an incredible stat. I mean, look at the annual revenue growth. This is nuts. I mean, in 2019, 280 million. Now it's 1.67 billion. Now they do 480 million a quarter. And it just hits a new all-time high of your record. So incredible growth company on Cloudflare. They're making free cash flow every quarter. They're not making net income yet, but they're getting close to net income positivity. So yeah. CEG just goes up and up. Yeah, dude, this is the I don't believe it. Like, I'm up 38% on them now. If we go to year to date, 1 point, look, this stock was 170, and our cost is 206. I mean, we were down. Yeah, I won't. They're up 36% in 1 month. I mean, incredible. It may be time to take a little bit of profits on them. Maybe a slight trim, but I'm not gonna take any profits. But yeah, what's up, Rahul? Yeah, Cloudflare is a great cybersecurity stock. So let's see here. Grab stock. What's up, Seven? What's up, dude? So Grab Holdings. This is the Uber for everywhere else except the United States. They do exactly what Uber does, but check this out. They're in all these other countries. Notice you don't see the US or Canada or UK on here. And the company got so much attention that Uber bought them. Uber is the largest shareholder. Uber owns 13% of the company. Toyota owns 6% of the company, but they're making net income every quarter, making free cash flow every quarter. So I actually really like that one. I like Uber as well. Uber and Grab are two good buys. I bought 6 more shares of Google on the dip this week. Google should be so much higher than it is. Yo, I agree. I'm still down on my Google position. Here's my total percent change on every stock. Yeah, I am down 1.62% on Google, but they're one of my largest holdings. Now, I want to get it even 20 shares on them soon, but yeah, I really like Google. Um, Yo, what's up, Mark? How's it going? Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. We can check them out. Should I invest in both VOO and QQQ? Yo, actually, I would buy both. Not financial advice. I would actually buy QQQM. This is a little helpful tip here. Instead of buying QQQ, buy QQQM. It's the exact same ETF with the exact same Nasdaq 100 strategy, but it has a lower expense ratio, so it should save you a couple dollar holas every year. So you're welcome. So, in my opinion, I would sell out of QQQ or just allocate new money into QQQM. Let's see. TMO, is that Thermo Fisher? Yeah, so look at this. Thermo Fisher Scientific. Unfortunately, this stock has not done too good the past couple weeks here, but they're up 7% on the day, so that's good news. They're trading at 25 times net income. I know a lot of big like super investors love this stock. So yeah, they're in life sciences and analytical instruments. How's that doing? Sounds like some very niche industries, which is pretty cool. Specialty diagnostics. So yeah, let's see laboratory products. Let's just go check out the net income here because that's what we want to look at. Wow, look at that. They're making easy 1.5 billion plus of net income every quarter. You get a great dividend yield, a 0.4% yield, but the dividend payout ratio is just a 9%. So they have a lot of room to raise the dividend. Yeah, they're not bad. Um, Coin made the S&P 500. Really? So yeah, if we go to Coinbase stock, they're now the S&P 500 was needing another fintech stock to replace the old one that left, the Capital One thing. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, here's Coinbase up 10% after hours. That's crazy. Home Depot. What's up, Alex? Let's check out HD. Yeah, SCHD over QQM by a long shot. Yo, is SCHG? I'll check that one out. I forget what they are. Are they the same Nasdaq 100 strategy? So here's Home Depot though. Home Depot, check this out. You get a 2.4% dividend, so a very nice dividend yield on this company. They trade at 25 times net income, but the net income is it's just super consistent. It's 3 billion plus of net income a quarter. So yeah, you have different portfolios for groups or what? Yeah, I just have different. This is my buy and hold. If you look in the top, I named this one my buy and hold portfolio. Basically, once I buy a stock in here, I say I'm never gonna sell it, but sometimes I'll slip up. But mainly, a lot of these stocks I've never taken a single profit on Powell Industries. I haven't sold any losses on Perion Network. So Yeah, that's our buy and hold portfolio. This is my risk on portfolio right here. I'll be quick about this. If you want to see my entire stock portfolio update, check out my YouTube channel. It's in the link tree in bio. First link there. It's called Nathan Robert. We're actually down 1% all time in here, but this is our risk on portfolio. And then we have our dividend growth portfolio. Every stock in here pays a dividend, and most of them are low yields like McDonald's, Google, Meta. They have low dividend yields, but nice dividend growth rates. So anyway, yeah, let's see. Check out Hawaii Electric. So yeah, this is the company that got blamed for the wildfires in Hawaii. So if we go to their if you're wondering like, "Whoa, what happened right here?" They got blamed for the wildfires and had to pay a fine that's more than the whole company's worth. The whole company right now is worth 1.84 billion, they had to pay over 2 billion in fines. Easy. Let me check that out. So, yeah, 1.7 billion dollars right here. That's not even like the full fine, but anyway, eh, they don't pay a dividend anymore. So this is basically a pure Hawaii infrastructure play. I mean, they sold off their bank business. I mean, if we look right here, they actually sold off their bank business. I mean, this is an interesting company. I used to own them. I just don't know if that'll outperform in the long run. But is it smarter to open a Fidelity when I have the money to? I don't know what the alternative is, but yeah. Um yeah, whenever you're ready to invest, yeah. Let's see. What's up, SD Funko? What's that? Are you concerned with the decline in search engine for Google? Yeah, I'm a little concerned, but I know Google's an innovative company. I mean, Google has the Google Cloud. They just bought Wiz. They have YouTube. I mean, YouTube's not going anywhere, I don't think. So that's why they're. I think it is mostly priced in. Could not though. So here's Netflix. Netflix, this company's impressive. I'll be quick about this one. They make per month per user $11.69, and they now have 301 million premium subscribers, up from 282, up from 260 the previous year. Wow! So they grew 40 million new subscribers in a year. Crazy, and that's why the net income is literally 2 billion plus a quarter. The free cash flow is ridiculous, like super. Oops, sorry about that. Super impressive numbers right there. So yeah, Netflix has a super high valuation. They might deserve it. It's tough to buy Netflix right now just because the high valuation. Pre-said Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. This is like a grocery store. Everyone knows that, of course. They're up on the day. Actually, a lot of the grocery stores were down on the day. If I go to my account right here, I own Kroger. If anyone's heard of Kroger, they're like a smaller Walmart. I do own some of them. I own some Sprouts Farmers Market, but they were both down, but Walmart's up on the day. You can't go wrong just buying and holding Walmart. Even if we go into a recession, people still buy groceries. They make easy 5 billion of net income a quarter. You get a near 1% dividend yield with Walmart. So yeah. What's another good alternative for QQM? I think it was SCHG. Yeah, hey, it's called look this up, freebie. Google just bought them for 30 billion. They bought Wiz and it's going to go on their Google Cloud business. So, Google's now in cybersecurity. You should look that up in another tab or something. It's super interesting. The Google Wiz acquisition, WIZ. So anyway, here's SCHG. I heard this was an alternative to QQQM. Let's check out the top holdings. So yeah, look at it. It's Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. So yeah, this one's run by Charles Schwab. So QQQM and SCHG are two good ones. Um, Thoughts on Paladine AI? Yeah, what's the ticker symbol for that one? I'll check that one out, Luke. VF Corp owns Vans in the North Face. Yeah, James. So VF Corp, they also used to own Supreme. If you've heard of Supreme before, they used to be really hype, but they actually sold off Supreme last year for $2 billion. They got $2 billion for Supreme, and we should be able to check that in their cash from investing. So yeah, they just received 1.47 billion for it from selling off Supreme. That's why that huge they sold off an asset to get that, but which is good because now they can deleverage because they got a lot of debt. So this company owns, you're right, Vans, the North Face, and JanSport, kind of some random brands like that. So yeah, they're an apparel commodity company. So yeah. Yo, what up, Adrian Chu? What's up, dude? How's it going, man? Appreciate you being in the YouTube stream. Yeah, if you got a stock you want me to look at, let me know. Um, I subscribe to your YouTube. Yo, thanks so much, Ani. What app are you using? Yeah, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio. First link there. It's a brokerage actually. So let's see. Yo, what's up, big mans? He says SoFi stock. Yeah, dude, I love SoFi. Um, Let me see right here. Oh, PDY. Why you remind me to look at SoFi. We'll look at SoFi after this. I wanted to look at this stock really quickly. So this is Paladine AI. So they're only worth $200 million. So it's a very small market cap, 200 million. And is that real? Did they really? So they didn't. See, this is why I like looking at the real numbers here for you. It says they made 22 million in the most recent quarter. They didn't actually. They actually lost 7 million. So it was some kind of one-time adjustment. The sales are only 1 million. To be honest with you, nothing's really blowing me away here to really want to buy this stock. Yeah, man. I mean, they issued look cash from financing activities. They issued like 50 million of their own stock just to, which is kind of smart. They issued stock to pay off debt, but I'd be careful with that one. Nothing was really blowing me away there. Reddit market cap is insane. Yo, I own some Reddit. This not financial advice here. Reddit is honestly is going to be $100 billion company. I think this stock could 5x in 5 years. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, but not financial advice, of course. But I really think at the growth rate that I'm seeing, this is a $100 billion company. I mean, this is incredible growth. Like, forget the name Reddit. The sales are up 61% year over year. They have a monster balance sheet, no debt whatsoever on Reddit. Literally a debt-free company, and how much cash? $1.95 billion of cash. So actually $10, actually 8% of the entire market cap is just their cash on hand. Yeah, whole companies were 20 billion, 1 point, actually about 10. Sorry, yeah. So anyway, we're 10% of the company's just their cash, which I like. So anyway, let's keep going here. Have you ever heard of Geo Private Prison? Yeah, so this you're right. This is the stock right here that owns a bunch of prisons. So I don't know the whole ethics of this. I don't know how they're public, but they're a $4 billion company. Let's see, how's their net income doing? So if you average out the 4 quarters, they're making net income every quarter. It looks like they did a little one-time adjustment there, but yeah, that's it. Whenever there was the border news or whatever, this stock like rallied. So yeah, that's a prison stock, GEO. Um, let's see here. Just a little research. SCHG outperformed QQQM by nearly 50% last 5 years. Really? That's really interesting. Has it really? That's it didn't look like that big of a difference, but maybe it is. So here's JD. Yeah, this is a Chinese stock. What app are you? Yeah, hey Will, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio. First link there. Yo, Casey, what's up, dude? Marvel. Are you talking about Marvel Technologies? What's the ticker symbol for that one? I'll check it out. But anyway, here's JD.com. This is a Chinese company. Let's see what their active customers are. So they have 588 annual active customers. What about the net income right here? So yeah, easy. They're making over a billion of net income a quarter. So yeah. Sorry, I'm sipping my tea here. So yeah, all their revenue comes from China. They trade at 9 times net income, so a very low valuation actually. Okay, there we go. Um, let's see. Waystar. What's that one, Peter? Let's see here. What's up, Nathaniel said ACHR. What's up, Nathaniel? So this is Archer Aviation, I believe. Yeah, so there's some good news and bad news about this company. So I'll kind of show you the bad news here. Is that this company doesn't sell anything. If we go to revenue, there's no revenue here. That's why it says no data, because they've never sold a product or a service. They don't sell anything, and they lose over 100 million of net income a quarter. So I really want to see this company finally start to sell something. I know they have like some contracts, but they haven't. They literally haven't had a single dollar of revenue, and they lost 200 million. So financially speaking, I don't really like Archer Aviation too much. It looks a little risky. What's the best stock for a recession? I really like McDonald's. I mean, they do good in a recession. Their sales historically go up in a recession. In 2008, they were actually the best performing stock in the S&P 500. This is the year 2008. There was no dip on this stock. They actually bought cheap land up. It was a great year from 2008 for McDonald's. They bought up a bunch of cheap land. Anyway, let's see. Up 3 to 4x on Geo. Really, James? That's amazing. Let's see here. This is not so good, right? What's up, Adrian? Oh, it was all good, man. Um, it was yeah, they just kind of went public in 2021 after they ruined their buttermilk tenders and apple pies. Did they really? Uh, K dude, what happened to the apple pies? I haven't had a McDonald's apple pie in so long. Um, anyway, let's look at Marvel Technologies right here. So this, McDonald's is really a royalty real estate company. But here's Marvel Technologies. I know this company just went profitable. Like if you go to the net income right here, yeah, look at that. For the first time ever, or I don't know about ever, but they made 200 million of net income, and they desperately needed that because this company pays a dividend. They can't. They never have been able to afford the dividend because they've never made net income. But they finally made net income so they could pay the dividend. So that's good news. I don't know why they paid a dividend before they made net income, but anyway, it's good news. We want to see them keep up that net income positivity. Yeah, can you check LUNR? The earnings are tomorrow. So this is a lunar. This is the stock that sends rovers to the moon. Um, I remember watching one of their things. They sent the rover to the moon. It tipped over and didn't collect data, and then the stock fell. But they just have a bunch of government contracts from NASA. The only bad news I really see are these huge net income losses. I really want to see this company get net income positive, but the sales growth is there. They're making like 200 million plus of sales, but they're losing like 400 million. Their assets are growing, but so's their liabilities, which isn't actually too bad of news. But we're waiting on earnings tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. That's could be an interesting swing trade. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I wanted to look at GameStop as well. Yo, GameStop, so this company actually has no debt. That's the thing that's not super terrible about GameStop. Is the fact that they have no debt. If I go down here to their balance sheet, remember they have no debt and they have $4.77 billion just in cash. So nearly 5 billion of cash earned in interest. And if you look at the market cap, it's $12 billion. So literally 40% of what you're paying, 40% of the market cap of this company is just their cash on hand. But but the fundamentals aren't good here. Like we're not buying GameStop for the business model. Like the sales are down 28% after being down 20% the previous year. Like fundamentals are collapsing at GameStop. But that but you're not the type of shareholder isn't like paying attention to that anyway. So let's see. Yeah, actually, Chris said GameStop needs to invest their cash. I just heard GameStop is actually going to buy Bitcoin with some of their cash, and the stock rallied on that. Right now GameStop is making like 20 million of net income interest a quarter because of their cash on hand. They're just milking interest off it. But anyway, here's ASO. This is Academy Out Sports. They're kind of remind me of a Dick's Sporting Goods. Here's DKS. Y'all heard of Dick's Sporting Goods? This stock surprisingly has done phenomenal since 2019. It was a $40 stock. Now it's 212. So Dick's has done very surprisingly good. They have a 2% dividend yield, a 30% payout ratio. So this is like the bigger version of an ASO. Look at wow, they're making 300 million of net income a quarter. So DKS is a cool stock, but let me look at ASO. I kind of just went off on going on their competitor, but here's ASO right here, another outdoor kind of store. They sell apparel, sports, footwear, like shoes. And if we go to the net income right here, the sales are down 7, net income's down 20, so they lost some of their margins. The margins fell 15%, but still they're making net income every quarter. They pay a dividend, you get a 1% yield, a very safe 8% payout ratio. So they actually have a lot of room to raise their dividend. And they had a nice little rally on the day as well, so very nice. Thoughts on TTD? Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. How often do you go live? Yo, what's up, Will? I try to go live every day, twice a day. I'm streaming on both YouTube and TikTok right now. I'm reading both chats here. So here's TTD, the trade desk. Um, and oh yeah, by the way, my YouTube channel is in the link tree in bio. First link there. It's called Nathan Robert. This is an advertising company, and they just reported earnings. And I think the earnings. Well, let me go check them out. I haven't looked at them yet, actually. So they beat on revenue, they beat on net income, and they beat on EBITDA. It was a triple beat. So that's actually very impressive. Sales grew 25%, net income grew 60. Wow, so they grew their net margins 27%. I mean, that's really impressive. So yeah, I mean they bought back some stock as well. The free cash flows right now. So yeah, they had a strong quarter. This is an advertising company. Google just updated their logo. Well, here's my Google. Um, Even maybe I haven't had the update yet. I'm curious to see what's up, Adrian. What will the new Google logo look like? I don't know. But yo, Amphenol Group, ticker symbol APH. Yo, this company, it's been an incredible performer. It hit an all-time high today. We bought this stock literally a month ago down here at like the $60 level. Amphenol Group, you won't believe the growth here. I mean, this is why they deserve the hype. The sales are up 47%. huge growth, up 47%. Net income grew 34. Cash from operations. I mean, if they're a niche company, if you go to their communication solutions, revenue grew 43% year over year. Their harsh environment solutions grew 39. So APH is a great dividend growth company in my opinion. The risk to reward doesn't look good here though. It's tough to buy them at all-time highs. But I'm up 40% on them now. I'm a very happy shareholder there. They're just such a quality company. Teach me the game. What's up, Dunce? He said, teach me the game. Yo, by the way, most people like plug a course or something. I don't sell nothing. I don't have a course book, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, literally none of that. The only thing I have is a YouTube channel. So if the best way to support me is just subscribe to that. It's called Nathan Robert, link tree in bio. Um, let's see here. Any landscaping stocks? I don't think so. I mean I have a plum. This isn't the same thing, but I have a plumbing and HVAC stock. Ticker symbol FIX right here. They repair and service plumbing and HVACs. So Fix is a cool one, but I don't know about any landscaping stocks. Or I guess John Deere, DE, I think is the ticker symbol. Yeah, John Deere. This company, look at that all-time high on John Deere. They make, I guess, the tractors or whatever, farming stock. They have an incredible software margin that they have. But oh, can we look over MU? Do you reinvest your cube dividend? Oh, I always reinvest the cube dividend, but not back into the same stock, not back into cube. But yeah. Hey, my YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. Link tree in bio. It's also there. Appreciate you, Dunce, for the subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. But we're streaming on there as well, so if you missed anything, you can replay it on the YouTube stream. So here's Micron Technologies. This is an NVIDIA competitor, and they do computer networking just like NVIDIA does. The revenue's up 108%. That's what I like about them. The sales have doubled just in that business. And if we go to the net income, they're finally making net income every quarter, because if we zoom out, they used to lose net income every quarter. So they've really turned things around. People can really take them serious. And they pay a dividend as well, 0.5% yield, so nice. Yo, Bougie said, "What's up, brother? I did 6% today. That's crazy, dude. Let me see what I did today if I combine it. I was up 3.7. So I was up 3.7. You did a lot. That's incredible. 6% day. You're supposed to get like 6 to 8% a year return in the S&P 500. Can you see all the stats on Webull? I have a Webull account, but I don't do analysis on here. Yeah, here's my risk on portfolio. Don't listen to me, of course. This isn't financial advice. We're down all time in here, from like Zoom and AMD, and we got some winners in here like Hood, SoFi, Dave, Sprouts Farmers. Anyway, let's keep going here. Is K? Dude, please stay away from this stock right here. This is someone said Kohl's. Has anyone heard of Kohl's? It's like a mall stock. Unfortunately, this stock is the same price that they were back in 1997. So imagine that you bought the stock back in 1997 and you're down on your money. So, a lot of people like them because look, the dividend, it says they have a 26% dividend yield, but they actually cannot afford the dividend. So that's what I'd be careful of with this company. I mean, they're still making net income though. Like it's not the end of the world, but they're spending literally double the amount of net income they make on their dividends. So they're gonna have to cut their dividend. I mean, they're just honestly gonna go bankrupt. I'm just staying away from them. Uh, how do you plug all your accounts like that? It's just some weird app tracker. I hope my portfolio looks like that one day. Hey, what's up, Brandon? Yo, I've been investing since the day I turned 18. So I've made a lot of mistakes though. Like honestly, SoFi. When did I buy my first shares of? I mean, Robinhood. Like in 2021, I was buying this stock in 2021. So yeah, I've been investing for a long time. So I've been investing since 2021, and we're down. So yeah, don't listen to me. I'm not an expert. I'm just on here giving my opinion. So let's see. Let's see. What's your best dividend stock? I mean, my best, I like Google's and Meta is a great dividend stock, but my personal highest yielding, my highest yielding dividend stock is ticker symbol Cube right here. This is Cube Smart. They're actually a real estate investment trust. They have to pay out most of the income they make in a dividend by law. So this 4.8% dividend yield that they have is actually completely sustainable because they're a REIT, a real estate investment trust. And my other highest yielding stock is one I own in my Roth IRA. It's Main Street Capital. They actually pay a monthly dividend. They pay 25 cents a month, and I own 4 shares, so I basically get $1 every month in a qualified or a tax-free dividend, which is cool. So, oh yeah, here's my main dividend portfolio. By the way, every stock in here pays a dividend, even Meta and Google, but yeah, a lot of these are like dividend growth companies. Main Street dividends come out on Thursday. Feels great. Yes, sir, dude. What is this one? KOP. Let's check this one out. KOP stock. Oh yeah, we could look at Marvel. What's up, Bougie? Um, let's see. What is this stock right here? KOP Coppers. So they're a small company, a $589 million company. So not big. Do they pay a dividend? Yes, you get a 1% dividend yield here. So what do they sell? Railroad and utility products. Well, hey, it's actually not done too terrible. It's up 5% year over year. Performance chemicals, that's actually done good. Carbon, yeah, so they just sell commodities. Here's the bad news though. Sales were down 8, but they actually lost net income in the most recent quarter. So that's the bad news. Like the net income went negative. That might explain why the stock has been hurt so much because they're not making any profits anymore. So we want to see them get back to net income positivity. Thoughts on Baba? Oh, what's up, Sorrows here? If I go to the China stocks right here, so oh, here's a really cool Chinese stock. It's Tencent. If anyone heard of Tencent before, this is the company that owns Supercell. So that's Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. They own Riot Games, which is League of Legends. They own Valorant. They own PUBG. If anyone's heard of PUBG, it's like a Fortnite. They own a lot of games. So Tencent is like the biggest video game company ever. My favorite Chinese stock. But then there's Alibaba. This is an e-commerce site. So if you've heard of AliExpress before, that's this stock right here. They pay a small dividend, 0.75% yield. The net income's crazy here. They made 6 billion the most recent quarter, then another 6 billion, then a 3 billion. So they're making a ton of net income and a ton of free cash flow a year. They pretty much made 10 billion of free cash flow just this quarter. So I mean, super low valuation on them as well. That was Charlie Munger's last pick before he passed away. So yeah, I'm getting $4 from Maine. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah. So you must have 16 shares then, according to my math. What do you think of ET? Oh yeah. So here, this is Energy Transfer. Now, this company pays you a K1 tax form. That's the only bad part about this stock. No other stocks are like this, but if you buy the stock, they give you a K1 tax form, which is notoriously hard to fill out. Cost of me $300 with an accountant to get it filled out. But because they're an MLP, a master limited partnership, you're technically not buying stock. You're technically buying units of this because you're a partner and not a shareholder. But they have because they're an MLP, you get a 7.4% dividend and it's completely sustainable. And it's had some decent stock price appreciation as well. But I'd like to not. I'm staying away from this one just for tax simplicity. Just for no tax complications. I don't want that K1 tax form. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all want to hit the follow button, by the way, we go live every day, twice a day. I might even do a live stream later tonight, but we'll for sure be live later tomorrow. Do another portfolio update really quick. But yeah, and hey, the main way to support me, by the way, of course, I don't sell anything. I don't have a course book, Discord, WhatsApp, none of that. Only thing I do have is a YouTube channel. So if you want to help me out, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the link tree in bio. It's the first link there. So yeah. I guess we can look at one more here. Joe said PDI. Let's check this one out. PDI stock. PIMCO Dynamic Income Fund. So they have a 14% dividend yield. That's crazy. So a 14% dividend yield. And I'd have to do some more research on that one. Looks like they're an income fund, so I'd have to see what assets that they own. But hey, it, it is up from 2019 on top of the dividend, which is good news. So yeah. Oh, and we gotta look at Uber. Yo, I haven't looked at Uber today. We look at InnoData too. Uber, look at this stock right here. All-time high on Uber, up 6% on the day. They deserve it too. We can look at their active users. They actually have 170 million monthly active users. So a lot of users on Uber. The free cash flow was a record 2.25 billion in free cash flow. They were net income positive. I mean, just super profitable company on Uber. I really like the fundamentals here. So yeah, that's a good buy and hold. They just bought part of Grab as well, which is super impressive. So here's InnoData. This is also another one I own right here in my Roth IRA. Yeah, if I go to my Roth IRA right here, I own 10 shares of InnoData. I think they're down. Yeah, they're down 11, 12% on the week because of their earnings. They pretty much met expectations. They met on revenue. They slightly beat on net income and EBITDA. But here's the good news about this company: is their digital data solutions revenue is just insane growth. It's up 161% year over year. I mean, incredible growth on this company. So this is one I like the fundamentals of, and they're making net income every quarter, growing their assets, so great, growing their balance sheet. So anyway, yeah, that was great. Shopify getting added to the QQQ, Coinbase added to the S&P. Yo, they deserve it. Wait, let me look at Shopify. Are they up in the after hours? Yep, up 14%. Crazy. So yeah. Anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be live later today, probably. Please drop a like for me. And hey, if you missed anything, you can replay it on the YouTube stream. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It's also in the link tree in my bio. Yo, Yazo, thanks so much for the rose, the goat there, dude. I really appreciate you, Yazo. Have a great night. Yeah, best way to support me is just subscribe to my YouTube channel, link tree in bio. I don't sell anything. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys later. Thanks again for being here. And thank you to y'all who are on the YouTube live stream. See you guys later. We'll be